Welcome to my review of the Belkin stand. Here it is in the box. As you can see, it's well packaged and requires some assembly. It's made of some heavy-duty aluminum. It also requires 4 screws to be inserted. You can see there's 4 screws that need to be put in place, which isn't a problem unless you do 100 of these, and then it can become a little bit of a problem. Assembly is pretty easy. Attaching the arm requires pushing in, put 1 screw in. An LED light is included in the box with the batteries. The light has a on, low, and high selector. And as you can see, that it is assembled and ready to go to accept the iPad. From out of the box to assembled probably took me about 10 minutes.
A couple things I've noticed about this right off the bat is this arm seems a little shaky. So I'm going to go ahead and put my iPad into it. And it works pretty well getting the iPad in and locked into place. Things I like about it is it's pretty heavy. It won't shake off the table. It won't fall over. It's very easy to move up and down. This push button slides this up and down. That's your arm. A couple things I don't like about it right off the bat is this light right here connects in, and this would be easily stolen by kids left unattended. It requires 3 AAA batteries, and I'm sure a kid would love to have a nice little LED light to be reading in bed. So that would be easily taken from the machine if left unattended. And the light really doesn't do anything that dramatic. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up the software called Stage from Belkin. It allows it to act as a document camera with some tools included. This is the free version. One of the disappointments about the Belkin stand is it does not come with the paid version of the app, which is an additional $5. And I'll go ahead and put a student's work underneath the document camera. So I can easily align it. It shows up very nicely on the screen. Now, one of the issues I have with the Belkin stand is how easy it is to wiggle this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw something onto the screen here. And it looks pretty good, but if I do too much movement on here, you can see it actually shaking. So as I touch, I really have to be really careful because it starts wiggling.
Another thing you need to keep in mind when using the iPad as a document camera, when it is in portrait mode and you want to switch to landscape mode, that it doesn't automatically change to landscape mode on the iPad. You need to have the feature turned on that allows it to auto-rotate. If I have auto-rotate turned on, simply raising the iPad up will automatically shift it to landscape mode. It's easier to fit some of the students' work onto the projector.
So the ability to use this as a document camera is really nice. I've found an issue where lighting plays a particular problem. As you can see up on the screen, you can see how the lighting has really affected the text. And this blue area is pretty hard to read. And that is due to the reflection off of the book that shows up on the iPad. So it's a little bit hard to see here, but there is a definite reflection off the book. If I put a little bit of a shadow on there, it makes it a little easier to read up on the screen. So having a little bit of shadow is better on a glossy back piece of paper. So directly out of the box, one thing I found was when I moved this into if I wanted to use this just as an iPad stand, move the arm up here so it's within reach. If I wanted to use this just as an iPad stand, but I want to be in
landscape mode.
If I twist the arm, it right out of the box, you can see it won't stay at any kind of incline. It automatically drops. So I'm going to adjust the screw located on the back of the device here. So taking my screwdriver, I can tighten or release a little bit of the tension. So I'm going to come back just far enough to where it doesn't hold, which is looks like about right there, and then just tighten just a little bit more. Just by tightening that screw, you can see it's got a little bit of a squeak now when I change this, just because I've snugged it up some. But this is the feature that I like the most, because when I'm in projecting my iPad, that is too small from the back of the class. What I really want is in. So as you can see, when I switch this to portrait mode, how much bigger that becomes on the screen. Notice one thing here is when I'm in the site and I'm doing any kind of typing, so any kind of movement on here is really wiggling the device. You can see how wiggly that becomes.